Okay. Okay. Okay, you seen the aftermath of the Conor McGregor fight and all the other stuff that happened afterwards?
Yes.
You know, and do you think
Khabib was so disrespectful after that fight.
no? Do you think that was good? Do you think that was good or bad for MMA?
Well, Khabib had to put up with a lot of foolishness in the build-up for the fight. The promo of that fight, seeing the bus being attacked and everything, kinda I felt was wrong, because I would have felt some kind of way if I were Khabib also. You're basically promoing a fight, saying this dude's trying to punk me out. You know, when I'm in a bus, he's calling me out, I don't come out, you know. So I thought that was really wrong of the UFC to put that in the promo, even though Dana said that was part of the story. So to most people, they think it's a black eye on the sport, and it probably is, because even though these are mixed martial arts fights, it's still a sport, so there has to be a level of integrity and respect just for the rules of the engagement of the professional fight. But Conor crossed that line a long time ago. He has not paid for his shenanigans ever. And it's about time, way back when he jumped out over the cage for Aldo, when he went to a press conference saying in Brazil that we'll ride through the favelas on horseback and enslave your people. Comments like that is foul. I haven't liked them since that statement. And it goes on and on. There's a slew of things, the bus incident, this and that, coming to the press conference, the Khabib press conference with alcohol, doing shots with Dana right there on the podium in front of everybody, talking about his father, making fun of his religion, making fun of his country. There has to be a time where shit just can't be tolerated. So it may have given him MMA a black eye because, you know, it was after the fight. That stuff shouldn't happen. But I'm happy that Khabib did this. I wouldn't have respected Khabib had he won the fight and gave Conor a hug and shook his hand. The dude dissed your family, dissed your country, dissed your religion. There is no handshakes. There's no love after I beat you. No, I'm glad he jumped over the cage and went after his coach who was doing all that talking too. I'm glad he did. You know, people need to understand there are repercussions for our fucking actions. If you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, you could be killed for that shit, man. You know what I mean? People need to know that when you go around disrespecting people, you could be killed for it. There may be adverse repercussions for it. So, you know, I agree with Khabib 100%. I support Khabib 100% in the way he handled it, because a man can only take so much. Yes, Conor made him a lot of money that night. Yes, Conor's so popular and the whole world's seen it, so Khabib should conduct himself better. But at the end of the day, the money, who's watching, is secondary to your manhood and what you feel inside. Nothing should go in front of your integrity. Nothing should go inside how you feel about yourself as a man when you look yourself in the mirror, money or business. And Khabib did the right thing. I wish he would have jumped on his jiu-jitsu coach worse and beat him up worse. And I wish his boys would have jumped in that cage and beat up Conor worse, because Conor threw the first punch in the cage. And everyone's screaming like he's a victim now. The whole thing was all based on Conor's actions, guys. We cannot blame Khabib for the reaction, because when you fuck with people and when you take it too far, we can't say how he feels about what he's had to go through. And he has a right to act any way he wants to make himself feel better. I applaud Khabib. I told all you cocksuckers that he was going to win the goddamn fight in the first place, and I'm happy he didn't just make it a sportsman and shake hands. The shit is real. Family, religion, country is real. You shouldn't cross that line.
What do you think about the fight?
The fight was, I told everybody talked shit about me on the Mayweather channel, all the Conor McGregor fans. I told everybody, to me, I didn't even see it being a competitive matchup. I thought Khabib would take him down and rule him on the ground. I thought he gassed Conor out and then beat him up, and he did just that. Third round, Khabib lost total focus. He stood right in front of Conor, moved right to Conor's left hand, and Conor still didn't throw it. You know, I mean, he hit Conor with an overhand right and drops him. Who expected that? But see, when you gas the guy out and when a guy's so worried about being taken down, it really affects his striking. And we've never seen Conor fight a real wrestler but Chad Mendes on a short notice, and Chad took him down in the first 2 rounds. That's why I knew it was a no-brainer. If they fought again, it's going to be the same thing that happens. Khabib's going to take him out. And the last thing, Conor talks all this shit, but he tapped out by a face crank. It wasn't around his throat. It was around his face. You know, he tapped out from a face crank, a jaw crank. You know, come on, guys. We seen Holly Holm get choked all the way out and go to sleep. We seen so many fighters get choked all the way out. He tapped from a face crank. It's crazy.
Can you demonstrate the difference between a face crank and a choke on Jeff?
Well, remember, a choke.
Go all in.
A choke goes to the throat. You know what I mean? It goes to the throat. I'm underneath his shin, choking him out, closing the air. A face crank is just across the face. You know what I mean? I'm just cranking his head.
Do it though.
No,
He ain't doing that shit for real, mama.
Look, this is my coach. But think about this. There's pain involved in that choke and in that crank because it's separating your jaws and shit. It hurts. It's a lot of pressure on your head. It can dislocate your jawbone. But still, you don't tap in that, guys.
The thing is, like I said, he would have killed Conor if they would have let him.
He should have. He should have.
Because the referee had to push him off him.
Guys, he should have. And there comes a time where your manhood is more important than anything else. And Khabib said at the press conference, 6 October, I will show you.
And here was my thing too. Why does Conor get to dictate in terms of the shit talking?
Yes.
When it starts, what's consistent, and now it's over.
Yes. Remember, had Conor kept it toward Khabib, then Khabib should have been a better man and beat him and shook his hand. But when he talks about his dad being a coward, a traitor, talked about the religion, talk about personal stuff, about people going to jail and all this stuff that no one in the world knew about until Conor exploits these points, it was beyond fighting, man. This is real life shit. You know, people get sniped for this type of shit. People get killed for this type of shit. People's family get kidnapped and abducted because of this type of shit, man. You know, you got to be careful. And I hope the world understands that your words can cause a serious effect. And I think Conor was giving the wrong emotion, the wrong message to people, thinking you could just say anything you want to fucking say to people. Because you never know who you're talking to, and some people will kill you for disrespectful words. And Khabib showed that in this fight.